What's up all, Johnny Walker here, coming at you with another easy country guitar lesson. This one's coming from Tyler Hubbard, his latest release, 5'9". It hit the radio here this summer. It's been all over the place. Jaron Johnston co-wrote that of the Cadillac 3. Great tune. Show you most of this is 2 fingers on the fretboard at the same time. Show you easy ways to pick through it. A couple different ways you can strum it. So we're going to start out. I got my 65 LGO here. It's a great strummer, got some vibe. We're capoed up on the 3rd fret. So capo, put you on the 3rd fret. I'm going to reference the capoed fret. So we're actually on the 6th fret with it, but I'm going to call that the 3rd fret because of your capo, starting over the scale length guitar. So you're going to anchor your ring finger on that B string, the 3rd fret, what's now the 3rd fret, and it's going to stay there. Let me play through this real quick so you have a little bit of a guidance on where we're going. So here we go. Mistakes are free in there. So here we go. Let's break that down. So he starts out, the intro and the verse start out on a D over F sharp. So you're going to play a D with your top 2 fingers here, G on the 2nd fret, B string on the 3rd fret, what's now the 3rd fret. I'm not going to even worry about the high E string in this song. It's kind of muted out. I want you to keep that ring finger anchored on the 3rd fret. So 2 different ways you can start it out. The D over F sharp, it's essentially a D, but playing on the low E on the 2nd fret. So you can either do it with your index finger, walking from the 2nd fret up to the G, or you can wrap your thumb around and grab it, and then switch. Whatever most comfortable for you. So we're essentially using those high strings. Those are like cymbals on a drum set. If you think about it, your strumming hand is very percussive. Imagine a drummer sitting there. He's going away on the hi-hat. The hi-hat keeps going and everything else is just a rhythm. Your high strings, it's just the sparkle on there. So that keeps going regardless of what bass note we're on. So we'll walk through that verse. We start on that F over D, F sharp over D, D over F sharp. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to assume we're going to anchor that index, or anchor the ring finger, and we're going to use our index. And we're going to walk up the bass notes here. So here we go, D over F sharp. So the 3 chords in the intro and the verse are that D over F sharp, G, and D without anything on the bottom. So essentially your index finger is going 2nd fret, 3rd fret, open. Because then your index is going to jump to the 2nd fret of the G string to make that D. So the verse. So there's a pre-chorus before the chorus kicks in. So you're rolling around, you got that one figured out. Once you get through that verse, the pre-chorus, where it starts out on dry wood makes good fires, it goes to a B minor. So you can either play a full B minor, then an A, then a G, then walking it down F sharp to an E minor where it holds out. So you're going B minor, A, G, F sharp, E minor. Instead, keep that ring finger anchored. We're using our index again. So pre-chorus, we go B, 2nd fret of the A string. Now A is open. So we're playing an A. Go ahead and you can leave that ring finger anchored too. Now to G. Walk it down to the F sharp, E minor. So bring 2 fingers down to the A and D strings. Everything's open there. And that's where it hangs out. So dry wood makes good fires, good swings. All that's all good but for me. And then the chorus, we'll start back in on that D over F sharp. So 5 foot 9 brown eyes in the sunrise. It's very similar to the intro and the verse, except we're putting an A in the progression. So it goes D over F sharp, G, D, A. Now, as far as strumming, so there you go. You got verse, pre, and chorus. So as far as strumming, I always start out, I'm a big foot tapper, so you tap your foot with the tempo. Jack makes good whiskey. Red dirt makes good riding roads. Then you can strum with it. Just mute the strings. Jack makes good whiskey. Red dirt makes good riding roads. This one's got a little bit of a country shuffle to it. So your foot's still going on the downbeats. Your bass note that your index and middle finger are following, that's going to go when your foot hits the ground and when your hand is going down. So a down strum. The and of the beat, if you will, because I don't like memorizing strumming patterns. I think it's complicated. Then your head's like, well, am I going down? Am I going up? If you're thinking about if it's down or up, you've lost the strumming pattern. There's going to be no feel to it. So I just like to keep the beat, and this one can be very simple. You see, so far in this lesson, I've gone back and forth between the actual strumming pattern, which is. Simplified, where I go. I would start with this one if I were you. Essentially doing eighth notes. And you can get that shuffle feel. You can notice every other time I hit the strings, I'm hitting them harder. So that's putting the accent. Most of the time, if you're listening to a song, you can find where those accents are by where the snare drum hits. So again, acoustic especially, guitar is very percussive. So if you're struggling with strumming, take those strumming patterns that you're trying to memorize, rip them in half, set them on fire, and forget about them forever. I just want you to... So I could do the same accent the whole time, and it's going to sound super robotic and super stiff. So I could go, I mean, that's the song. But if I keep a hard accent on the downbeats, every other, and that in between, you don't have to grip your pick super hard. You don't have to hit the strings hard at all. So it's just keeping the rhythm. It's doing nothing more than keeping the rhythm. It doesn't have to be super overdriven. So experiment with the strumming there. If you have to do nothing but muting the strings, keeping your fingers just touching the strings so it doesn't make a sound, play with that song. Play with that song along with the record. Don't even worry about fretting the chords if you are struggling with it at first, and then build from there. So start out with that simple strumming. And then go to the more advanced where you go. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Remember, guitar is very percussive. Think about it as a drum set and you'll be good to go. So that's a little bit of Tyler Hubbard's 5'9". It's a sweet song to play. If you'd like to click below, I've got a download of a PDF that'll show pictures of my hands from this lesson so that you can print that out, pull it up on an iPad or your computer, figure out where my hands are going. If you couldn't quite follow it in the video, that'll help you out. It's also got the lyrics and where the chord changes are above it. So that will help guide you through this song. And I'd love to hear what you want to hear next. Drop me a comment. Did this help you? Share it with somebody. What song do you want to hear next? And I can't wait to hear you strumming along with this one. Thanks again, Johnny Walker. We'll see you in the next one. Happy strumming.